Hi, today we're going to be talking about one of the most important exercises you can do while you're pregnant, and that is actually Kegels. There's a fair amount of misinformation out there about how to do a Kegel and why they're important. The most important reason to do them is that a lot of people, both pregnant and postpartum, experience a fair amount of incontinence. There was a recent study that said women that have babies, almost 60% of them experience incontinence postpartum. What that means is that they are peeing when they sneeze, when they cough, when they jump, and especially when they exercise. So if you think you want to exercise after you have the baby, you want to do your Kegels while you're pregnant. I'm going to talk you through a couple different ways of doing them today. The most common way that people talk about them is a Kegel feels like what it feels like when you hold your pee, when you stop your pee. Although it's important to know when pregnant, you do not want to do that. It's a really good way to get a UTI or a bladder infection. So that's the feeling of it, but don't do it while you're actually going to the bathroom. So the two ways to work a Kegel is long and slow or short and fast. We call these elevators, that's the long and slow version, or quick flicks, which is the faster version. Most people, when they do their Kegel, they're going to be sitting upright. However, when you're pregnant, that's not actually the most helpful way to do it. If you imagine your pelvic floor is pretty big. It goes from your pubic bone to your tailbone to your hip bone. So it's a big area, and then you'll have a baby sitting or their head resting right on top of it. That's a lot of weight on a big muscle. So if you're upright, it's going to be a lot harder to lift and release. It's actually more helpful when you're pregnant to do them side lying or in a tabletop position. I'm going to start with the elevators. We'll take these in a side lying position. Just want to come down onto your mat and come to whatever position is most comfortable for you on your side. You can do these in bed. You can do these wherever you like, watching TV on the couch. So you're here. So for the elevator, what we're going to work on is slowly drawing up and then slowly releasing the pelvic floor. So what you want to do to start, if we're going to imagine we're going to work 3 stories here. So to start, you're going to lift that elevator to the first floor, lift, and then the second floor, and then lift all the way up, drawing all the way up. You want to hold as tight as you can at the top, and then slowly releasing down to the second floor, first floor, and all the way release down. The release is just as important as the lift and the hold at the top. We'll take that again here. So you want to lift to the first floor, the second floor, keep breathing as you do these. Third floor, lift and hold big breath at the top, and then release down to the second floor, first floor, and totally release. If you're taking a set of these, you probably want to take that 2 or 3 more times here. We're going to come up into tabletop position here to do our quick flicks. So tabletop is where you want to get your wrists right underneath your shoulders and knees right underneath your hips. In this position, the baby can really drop away from the pelvic floor and from your lower back. So for the quick flick, what you want to do is just lift and then release your pelvic floor. So just pull up and release, up and release. You want to do this as fast as you can. Draw and totally release, working to really release at the bottom. Lift and release, lift and release. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale up, exhale down. 2 more. Inhale up, exhale down, and 1 more. Lift and release. There you go. To take a series of these, you want to take probably 30 seconds of each of those exercises every day. That's all you need to do. It's not any more than that. Probably 5 to 6 of the elevators, and then 20 or so quick flicks, and you'll be all set. Thanks. If you want any more information about Kegels or any other pregnancy and exercise questions, you can visit us at obabyfitness.com.